at 11 a.m.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Eric Connert, and Stella Escobedo is joining us from home. Stella.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, we have a lot to get to right now, but including a big announcement from Tokyo. In the meantime, though, let's get you caught up on the latest numbers. Here is what we know as of right now. The numbers are rapidly climbing here in the U.S. More than 580 Americans have died and 46,000 are infected. Here in San Diego, there's a total of 230 confirmed cases and 1 death. Eric?
And the Tokyo Summer Olympic Games will not be happening this summer. The International Olympic Committee is postponing them to next year while the world grapples with the coronavirus pandemic here. It comes as the Olympic torch arrived in Japan just days ago. Ramy Inocencio reports now from Tokyo.
Team USA voiced its support for a postponement, saying in a statement, even if the current significant health concerns could be alleviated by late summer, the enormous disruptions to the training environment, doping controls, and qualification process can't be overcome.
It's definitely way beyond sports. It's all about health and safety of not only yourselves, but the ones around you.
Team USA sprinter Manteo Mitchell took home a silver medal in 2012. He says postponing the games would be bittersweet, but fellow athletes getting sick has him concerned.
Here I am, a professional athlete. I could possibly get this and not even know, especially with my immune system being as strong as it is. So, I'm taking all the proper precautions that, the CDC is putting out.
First-time Olympian Kate Courtney is a mountain biker who qualified for the Tokyo Games. She said it'd be a huge disappointment not to compete.
I've been riding virtually with Olympians from different countries. I can train from my home gym and share videos on Instagram and see what other people are doing.
This is the first time the Olympics has ever been postponed. In the past, they have been canceled, but only during times of war. County supervisors are considering a moratorium on evictions today. Now, if passed, residents and small businesses would be protected, with evictions put on hold for the length of the coronavirus pandemic. Quarantined passengers who had been on board that Grand Princess cruise ship are expected to be released today. Many of them had been sent to U.S. military bases for a 2-week quarantine, and including MCAS Miramar. Over the next 4 days, they will be sent home in waves. More states, including California, are tightening their rules on non-essential gatherings in an effort to stop the spread of the growing coronavirus outbreak. But as many of us know, not everyone is listening. Here in San Diego, local officials are now taking some action. News 8's Neda Aranpour is live at La Jolla Shores to explain what is being done there and in other cities. It's just amazing to see behind you, no one is at the beach.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to swallow, especially on a gorgeous day like today, but we are here at La Jolla Shores. This is normally where the kayaks launch, and instead you see tape blocking things off. The barricades are here, and police are right here on the boardwalk, so they're letting people know they cannot access this area. Some people are frustrated. They typically come out and go for their walk, or they go for their swim here at La Jolla Shores, but today that is not going to be allowed until further notice. We're not sure how long these closures will stay in place, but of course it is all here to protect people's public health and their safety. Now, the parking lot at La Jolla Shores also closed off, and so is the boardwalk and the beaches. So this is what you'll see if you go up and down the coastline. In this case, this morning, there were 2 to 3 San Diego police vehicles around the boardwalk here, warning people that they cannot walk their dogs here. Several surfers were in the water, and we've been told that they will receive a stern warning when they get out of the water not to come back during these beach closures. The beach closures are all because they want to stop the spread of COVID-19, of course, especially after so many people were gathering at some of San Diego's most favorite spots all weekend long. We spoke with the spokesperson from the city of San Diego about the lifeguards' efforts today, and she says so far this morning they've been informing people in the water to get out. They have not issued any citations yet, especially since this is the first full day of these new rules.
These are unprecedented times. We are sorry that this whole situation has to exist, and it's no one individual's fault, but we can do this together, and we can. And the better we are now at stopping the spread, the easier things will be for us in the long run.
I also spoke with the Encinitas lifeguard captain Larry Giles, who says they have barricaded their parking lots throughout the city of Encinitas as of midnight, and the top and bottom beach accesses are also closed. All morning, their lifeguards informing people to stay out of the water, asking them for voluntary compliance. They say people understand the need, but they're asking to keep others back as well. A lot of people funneling down those stairwells, going to the beach is just too dangerous. Too many people gathered in those small spaces, so they're really stressing the importance of compliance, asking surfers who typically go out in the mornings to set a good example as we start these new beach closures. So here we are. There you see San Diego police on their motorcycles. A couple SUVs are out there as well, but off in the distance there's a paddleboarder. So yes, when that paddleboarder comes back to shore, officers will be ready to let them know that you're not allowed to be out here. So those city of San Diego beaches all the way up north through Del Mar are closed. Cardiff State Beach, we noticed, is not closed, and I asked Encinitas lifeguard why not, and he says that's not part of their jurisdiction, but he still does not want people to gather there either. And then this extends all the way into North County as well, including places like Carlsbad. So you'll see officers patrolling the beaches, the boardwalks. They mean business, but so far they say no citations, just giving you the heads up that these are the new rules. That's the latest live here at La Jolla Shores. Back to you in studio.
All right, thanks for that, Netta. And some good news to share on Wall Street. Stocks are up as the White House and Congress both say they are close to a deal to pump $2 trillion into the economy. News 8's Chris Groh joins us live now with the details. Chris.
Good morning, Eric. And we're hearing a lot about this stimulus bill and that it could be finalized within the next several hours and potentially even at the end of today. That comes after Democrats say that they have indeed seen some of those concessions made by the Trump administration and Republicans. That, of course, comes after several meetings between Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and the Trump administration, including 6 meetings just yesterday.
Of the few outstanding issues, I don't see any that can't be overcome within the next few hours.
And so part of the concessions that they have been fighting for include accountability from corporations that will see stimulus money, plus financial help for hospitals overwhelmed with coronavirus patients. Everything we're hearing is that all sides are confident a deal is close and, again, could be finalized today. It would be a welcome sign for employers, both big and small, as well as Americans that are either out of work or impacted in another way by the pandemic. President Trump even considering loosening restrictions on the economy despite medical experts' opinions. In fact, just the short time ago, he said he'd like to see today that the U.S. open and raring to go with its economy by Easter. However, yesterday, he said states like New York and California likely wouldn't be included.
There are other areas that just aren't affected, or they're affected very little. And why would we close down 100% of the country?
And we're also hearing that 60,000 coronavirus test kits are on their way. That's due to the White House enacting the Defense Production Act for the very first time. Back to you.
All right, Chris, thanks for staying on top of that. Still ahead here, we're going to share some tips on how to navigate mortgage and property tax payments during this difficult time. And local restaurant owners are sharing their own personal struggles.